Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, see what's on the minds of some of the freshmen after the first week of classes.
And later, find out how one woman now is $758 million richer.
We have a big update from Iowa baseball game against Czech Republic that started at 5:30 a.m. this morning.
We're looking at sunny skies throughout the week. Find out more in weather.
All that and more coming up.
Daily Iowan TV starts now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in to another live edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Noah Gowdy.
And I'm Becca Scadden. As the new school year starts, one dorm on campus has opened its doors for the first time. Catlett Residence Hall has 1,000 beds and numerous amenities for all students. But the new building is also extremely energy efficient. It's outfitted with green outlets that are motion sensitive. After sensing when the room is vacant, they shut off. The system that controls the lights also controls the room's temperature as well. When sensors detect the room is empty, it adjusts the temperature to be more energy efficient. Catlett isn't the first green building on campus. Peterson Hall was the first to use some of these features when it opened back in 2015.
UI Athletics has announced they will give the university $2 million this year. This news comes a year after UI President Bruce Harold pressured the athletic department to use athletic revenues to help the university's academic mission. This is the second year in a row where UI Athletics is donating $2 million to the university. Last year's money was spent on student success and faculty salaries. The extra funding comes after the 3 Iowa public universities lost $30 million in state funding.
Let's find out more about what Hawkeyes are expecting. Daily Iowan TV reporter Junya Kim has more on this.
Hawkeyes are back in the campus and I went out to the street to meet some of them and hear how they feel about the first week of the school. 2017 fall semester has just begun and the first week is already almost to an end. Streets are crowded by students looking busy to mingle with new friends, to go to class and to rest on the campus.
I think it's been going great. Everyone seems to have a really good energy and positive attitude. A lot of hustle and bustle as usual, but so far it seems okay. Just another great semester here at University of Iowa, so we're all excited.
This semester may be special for both freshmen and seniors as they got different aspects of expectations and feeling as they went on the first week of the school.
I'm expecting to just finish strong and keep grinding. I graduate here in December, so this is my last leg. I'm really excited, just really brushing up on my time management skills and staying as organized as possible and doing as much as I can, making the most out of this time.
It's making me a little nervous, but I think that with the hard work and, some studying, a little more than what I had to do in high school, it'll all end up all right, and it's not going to be any major problem or anything like that.
Their grades are different, but their level of enthusiasm was same.
Happy Fall 17 and go Hawks!
Go Hawks!
Reported from Penacrest, this is Junior Kim, Daily Iowan TV.
Hurricane Harvey is rapidly gaining strength and is now closer to becoming a Category 3 hurricane. If Harvey grows to be that size, it will be around the same size category as Hurricane Katrina. Harvey's expected to have winds of 111 miles per hour by the time it hits the Texas coast later today or early tomorrow.
Residents and cities are rushing to board windows and place sandbags in preparation for the storm. In Corpus Christi, Texas, where Harvey is expected to make landfall, Mayor Joe McComb has issued a voluntary evacuation. Well, we sure haven't had hurricanes here in Iowa, but we did have a good first week here for weather.
Absolutely, Noah. And I'm hoping we're going to have a great week next week, too. Let's toss over to Lauren in the weather studio with more. Lauren?
That's right, Becca. We have seen some beautiful weather this week, and it looks like it will continue throughout the rest of the week. This morning, we can expect to see clear skies with a high of 78 degrees, and as we move into the evening, we will be seeing some partly cloudy skies with a low of 58 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 5-day extended forecast. Tomorrow morning, we will see partly cloudy skies with a high of 81 degrees and a low of 63 degrees. As we move into Sunday, go ahead and get out those umbrellas as we can expect some scattered thunderstorms with an 80% chance of rain. But don't worry, those thunderstorms will clear up by Sunday evening. As we move into the rest of the week, Monday, we can expect cloudy skies with the high of 76 degrees and a low of 57 degrees. Tuesday, we will see partly cloudy skies with a high of 79 and a low of 58 degrees. And by Wednesday, we'll be seeing some warmer weather reaching the highs of 82. That's all I have for you in the weather studio today. Becca, back to you.
Last night, Iowa City Community School District officials voted whether to put Hoover Elementary School on their upcoming ballot. If added, officials would vote on whether to demolish the school. The school board voted 4-2 against sending the ballot question. A separate vote to direct the petition to auditor's office also failed.
U.S. Secretary of the Interior Ryan Zinke announced that no national monuments will be eliminated. President Trump ordered Zinke a few months ago to review 27 national monuments, as he wants to increase development of federal lands. After 120 days of evaluating the monuments, Zinke recommends scaling back the lands to allow locals more room to fish and hunt. He has not announced which national monuments he'll scale back. Conservation groups have launched public campaigns urging Zinke to keep national monuments intact. They have vowed to take him to court if he concludes otherwise. In Iowa baseball, had a big game earlier this morning.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of a surprise that came out of it. Let's toss it over to Mary Kate Herring in the sports studio to find out more.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, first off, cannot believe that we are finally done with the first week of classes and fall sports are kicking off this weekend. But right now, we have your final score from the Iowa baseball game's fourth game in Taiwan. USA took down Czech Republic 8-0, but even bigger than that is getting the win is Cole McDonald throwing a no-hitter. So congrats not only to Cole, but to the entire team, because that is a massive accomplishment. The team now moves to 3-1 in the games, and their next game will actually take place tonight at 9:45 p.m. Central Time against South Korea. So stay with Daily Iowan for all of your updates. Now, moving on back to fall sports, one team has a big challenge this weekend. Iowa volleyball kicks off their season in Long Beach, California against Wright State today. But the matchup everyone is talking about will actually take place tomorrow, and it will be against the reigning national champs, Stanford. But instead of looking at the game as an obstacle, head coach Bon Chizmansky is taking it as an opportunity.
Going to California actually provides a couple things. It gives us a chance to see different style of teams. We get to play our former national champion in Stanford on the second day of our season. That's great because Stanford is pretty akin to a lot of Big Ten teams, a lot of top caliber competition in our league. Last year there were 2 Big Ten teams in the Final Four, and right now there's 8 inside the top 25, 10 inside the top 30. I mean, the Big Ten is so deep that Stanford will be a good preparation for us for the rest of Big Ten season. And our Big Ten competition from last year prepares us to think and face Stanford. So we're well past the idea of being scared by somebody. I mean, you're playing the Big Ten. You're going to take wallops every night, and you have to learn how to dish them back. So I think our group is really prepared for that, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
You can get all of your final scores and important updates on our Daily Iowan Sports Twitter at DailyIowan_sports_desk. And highlights from the weekend will be on our Monday show. Now, moving on to Hawkeye football, everyone really excited about it. One Hawkeye player opened up publicly about his struggle with mental illness right before attending Big Ten Media Days. Lucy Radine tells us more about the startling announcement.
At day one of Big Ten Media Days, the headlines included Kirk Ferentz now being the longest tenured coach in college football, Josie Jewell being named a preseason All-Big Ten candidate, and 4 new coaches on the Iowa staff. But these headlines were all overshadowed by offensive lineman Sean Welsh.
Our leadership council, each one of us gives a talk weekly during the summer. And mine, I wanted to use my experiences at Iowa and how well I was taken care of and how the support system at Iowa really helped me. So I came forward and spoke about my depression at that opportunity. And then the idea kind of snowballed a week or so later to coming public and writing something.
Welsh announced publicly last week in an op-ed piece on HawkeyeSports.com that he has been battling depression.
It just speaks volumes about Sean as an individual, what a courageous young man he is. To watch him wage this fight the last couple of years has been more than impressive. And we get to watch guys play football. It's a tough, competitive game. But to watch a guy deal with an issue like this the way he has, so important and so impressive. And I really commend him for wanting to come forward, and it was all in the spirit of trying to help other people.
I've gotten messages from people on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, or I'll get random email messages from people, telling me their stories, and it's incredible. It's just been a great experience. I think if, a big tough football player can talk about his feelings, it might help out another guy, who might feel too proud or it's not macho enough. That was the case for me. I was too proud to go seek therapy. I didn't think it was very manly to talk about your feelings. And, I learned the opposite. It's made me much healthier and happier.
If you're interested in reading Sean's piece, which I highly recommend that you do that, you can find it on HawkeyeSports.com. He was extremely open and willing to talk about his issue in order to help other people struggling with depression, and just showed how strong of a person he is both on and off the field. Now, the big exciting thing, tomorrow's big fight between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor is expected to bring in upwards of $700 million in pay-per-view revenue alone. It is making an impact across the country and in Ireland, but let's see how Iowa City is reacting.
Arguably one of the biggest sports events of the year is happening tomorrow. Conor McGregor is fighting Floyd Mayweather at the MGM in Las Vegas. I'm excited for the fight. I'm out here to see if Iowa City is too. Conor McGregor, he's a UFC fighter. He's going to be getting into a boxing ring with an undefeated boxer with one of the best records ever. Yeah. How do you feel it's going to go for Conor?
I think he's going to get a lot of good hits in, considering Mayweather's age.
Chances of pulling off an upset, I'd say less than 5%.
I did hear that they recently just changed the regulation gloves to 8 ounces, so they're trying to give him a little bit of an advantage. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. I think 49-0 is enough to beat whatever McGregor has.
How do you feel about these two going around the country? And I don't know if you've seen this, but they basically cuss each other out and rile up crowds of people to come. Do you think it's a good thing to do? Do you think it's kind of a bad image for boxing and for these guys?
I think it's a good way to get people to watch it.
Try to make themselves look tough, give them an image of like that bad boy.
Do you think at any point McGregor's going to get really mad at Floyd and just kick him?
I really hope so.
He might. Everybody wants it, but I don't think it's what's going to happen.
It looks like I won't be the only one tuning in tomorrow to see if Mayweather will go 50-0 or get his first loss to a UFC fighter. Reporting from downtown Iowa City, this is Jacob Senstead, Daily Iowan, TV Sports.
Iowa City residents will be watching 4 fights at their favorite restaurants and bars for this highly anticipated fight. Now tune in on Monday for all of your Hawkeye updates from the weekend, and hopefully we'll be able to talk about the upset win for Conor McGregor. Now, for the rest of the fall, tune in every Friday to our live morning shows where our pregame show will take place, since this Sunday is finally game week. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Mary Kate. And yesterday, a woman won a staggering $758 million from the Powerball. This is the second largest lottery prize in the history of the U.S. She then called her employer and quit her job, saying she wants to spend time to herself.
Mavis Wongzik chose to take the lump sum, and she is now richer than both President Barack Obama and Brad Pitt. That is impressive. Well, that wraps up this Friday morning broadcast. Make sure to check us out on dailyiowan.com for all the latest updates between now and Monday and Friday. Sorry.
Also, don't forget to pick up a paper copy of the Daily Iowan on stands now. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Becca Scadden.
And I'm Noah Gowdy. Have a great day, Iowa City.